Good morning. It's Sunday, 8:20 in the morning. I'm leaving the hostel. It's drizzling slightly. I just couldn't just sit there. I had to wait for the reception area and gentleman to help me. I did my laundry there. Well, they did it for you, actually. You pay for it. And I had to wait for it. It wasn't ready last night. They said it would be, but it didn't matter. I didn't need it. So I ended up just taking a little longer. Slept a little longer than I would have normally. I woke up about 4 something, I went back to sleep, and then being in a room with 4 other people, well, 3 other people, right? Yeah, 3 other people. It was snoring and moving around. So 2 of the gentlemen, I must have been in the pub. They came out, they came back late, just after midnight. So, the lights go on, they get ready. So it was interrupted sleep, but it was good. I was glad to be inside last night. Get a good rest, good sleep, and I'm just gonna head to the mountains today. Got quite a steep elevation today. I think it's 1,000 meters total on my planning chart. I don't know if that's going to really take place or not. I realized there was an error in my GPS track. It's going across the place where there's no trail again. Probably because I linked, it draws a straight line from point to point, and I probably didn't drop a point where I needed to. So I have to pay attention and make sure I go the proper way and don't follow my route in the beginning. Once I get past that one spot, which is fairly early, probably in the first hour or 2, I can follow my track. The hostel was great. I didn't take advantage of everything. I did take a shower. I thought I'd take another one, but I never really do. But my feet are hurting, but they feel a little better with the rest. So I'm gonna stretch out, since I am a day ahead, I'm gonna stretch out my mileage. I've got about 48 or 49 kilometers to do. So I can stretch them out and arrive in, I think I have a caravan park booked, and then the hotel in King Usi. I guess that's a blackbird. In King Usi on, it's a little steep here, and I'm hurting. I've got to warm up. I'm extremely hot right now. The hostel is like a sauna. I went into one of the bathrooms and they have heater on because it has a shower, I guess, and people put their towels and stuff in there. And I just couldn't even stay. Just to go to the bathroom, I started sweating. So it was just so warm. But actually too hot for the weather. It's mild right now, probably in the mid 50s, upper 60s, low 60s, I'd say. But it is dropping down to the 40s tonight. And up in the highlands and the altitude, it'll probably be in the 30s. So it will be quite cold. You can see there's almost nobody on the road today. It's a Sunday. In the US, it's Mother's Day. I don't know if they have that here in the UK. I didn't even ask. Interesting. But I'm going to walk through town, find my way to the trail, and hope to get moving. So I'll get some miles done and check in later. Here's the famous locks on the lock. I think it's called Neptune's Staircase. It's a series of locks very closely interspaced to drop the water levels. Walking down this nice path alongside the road, and those are the mountains I'll be going into. I'll be climbing up those, I believe, today and passing over them. So that will be my big challenge for the day. Hopefully that's the only one. I'm sure there's more behind them, but I don't think they're quite as steep. But we'll find out. Well, the rain picked up a little bit and it got quite breezy and cold, so I put my wind jacket on, my wind shirt, which is keeping me quite warm. I have my gloves on to keep my hands warm, but I couldn't find my ridiculously large hat. I must have stuck it in my bag. I hope it's in my bag. But I did stop and remember to bring my poles with me. I didn't leave them behind. Very happy to say. And I'm busy walking through, I guess, a grazing pasture with all these sheep. So, but there's a nice path here, and it's marked, and it's quite easily to walk through it. So At least I don't have to walk alongside the side of the road. So I'm very happy about that.
I've been walking for about an hour and a half now. I've gone about 3 miles, 3.5 miles now. It's almost 10 o'clock, it's 10 to 10. I'm passing over this pass, this little notch. You can see this taller terrain around me. And I hope I'm going the right way. Once again, not too many signs. You really got to follow the map, but I had to deviate from my planned GPS track because it was going over the mountain, so I must have missed a waypoint when I transferred them. So hopefully I'm on the right path and I'll get where I need to go. I know I got some taller mountains in front of me, so I go where the road goes. But it's quite windy and chilly up here. Temperature's definitely colder. I got my wind jacket on. It's been raining off and on, drizzling, but not heavy downpours. So I'm thankful for that. So I'm a little chilly, but as long as I keep moving, I'm more or less warm.
So I'm traveling up Koryak Pass, I believe is. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Luckily the mountain's a little taller than me, so it's not quite as windy up here as it was climbing up. And you can see in the distance there, that's where I came from, all the way down that path. I haven't seen any other hikers today since I left the hostel, so there's no one else out here on the trail so far that I can see. I expect to see some people later because I know there were a couple of people at the hostel that were planning on taking this similar route. There's the 2 females. I shared a table with them at breakfast again. I keep forgetting, I think it's Karen and Emma. They're their names. And they're traveling together. We have a very similar path. I think up until Kingusi. And then after that, I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going down Glen Fishy as well. So, I did meet a gentleman yesterday, Rob. He's pretty much doing the same path as I am, but he's ending up in Montrose. So after, I guess Braemar or thereabouts, he heads south while I continue going east. So it's overcast, which is nice. The temperatures are cool, so while walking, you still feel quite warm, pretty much, and then a breeze comes by, cools you off, but you're able to keep warm. This wind shirt is great. It's light, but it keeps the wind from taking the heat away and keeps me warm enough. So I just feel a little sweaty in it.
Distance you can see to the left Fort Augustus, to the right
The famous Loch Ness.
that's where I started from this morning, probably around 2 hours ago, or maybe a little more. Okay, gonna keep moving, just trying to stay warm. It briefly stopped raining, it's starting again. This is the wettest weather I've climbed in, or hiked in I should say. I've been at it for about 3.5 hours. I got about another probably 3.5 to 4 hours to go.
Going back up this mountain.
Here, this is the path, and I had to stop. It was raining.
It started getting a little heavier and heavier, and unfortunately I probably waited a little too long to stop and put on my rain gear. So I have my actually rain pants on, the first time I've ever worn them. Right now it's kind of just sprinkling, so I took advantage to take out my phone and use the map to make sure I'm still on the path. I got about 15 more kilometers to go, so I'm maybe halfway done, I've done 12 or 13, so I have about another 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours of walking, a lot of it uphill. It's absolutely not exactly the best weather. I mean, it could be raining more, but I've had to put on my rain pants. First time I've ever worn them. So I'm wearing rain pants. I have my wind shirt and then my rain jacket over it with my hood up. I'm wearing a hat underneath, and I had to take my gloves off and put on my mittens. These are rain mittens. They're waterproof. My hands were getting too cold. So that's it. I'm gonna put this away and start climbing up the mountain. Right now it's like coming down in a fine mist, and every once in a while it just drizzles again. So much for conditions improving as the day went on. I have a feeling until about 1, 2 o'clock it's probably gonna be rainy off and on, as predicted really. But I was hoping that the worst has gone through. I'm glad to have the miles done, just not the best weather to do it in, but still moving.
Still on the road to Korea Pass, to Spathi. I guess it's not much, it's just a shelter.
If you're, walking in the bad weather, looks like somebody left some stuff here. Looks like mostly garbage. Unfortunately, there's a lot of garbage in here. It's a shame that people didn't take better care, but at least if you had to, you can get out of the weather, probably dry off and keep a little warmer than you would out here in the wind and the rain. I'm gonna keep on going.
Good afternoon. It's 1:30. I've been walking for a little over 5 hours. I still have
probably about 2 hours to go. It seems like I'm walking, but I'm not getting where. But I am moving. It's still in the pass. I think it's Koriak Pass. I feel like I'm missing something in there, but that's what it is. It's really, indescript. It's just mountain after mountain after mountain. Got some power lines now along me, but in the distance, let me turn you around. You can see the wind turbines in the distance. Fort Augustus is back that way. It's rough. It's cold and chilly up here. I'm still wearing all my rain gear. The rain has kind of stopped. The sun's not quite out. It's struggling. It's overcast, but it definitely feels better than it was. It's not wet anymore, and I'm drying out. Other than that, things are good. I'm walking along. I'm dry. I'm fairly warm, and I'm making miles. So I'm probably going to do my planned walk today to, I think it's Melgarv, which is, it was supposed to be 22 kilometers. I think it's going to be a little bit more. I've already done 16. Sorry about the shakiness. I'm going downhill, and gotta watch. It's all rocky. So here's the path. This is a nice trail comparatively to some of the other ones. It's an old military road back in the I want to say 50s or 60s. I'll have to look it up. I might just be remembering wrong. There was a General Wade was the commander of the area here in the highlands, and he built all these roads and passageways. So I believe this is part of his network of roads that he established. Earlier it was part of a drover trail, and then it became part of the road. But here I believe it's just General Wade's military road is what it's called. And they're still in use, obviously, to go from place to place. So obviously the military uses them, but other people would use them as well. I did see a couple of people bicycle riding, mountain biking up here, probably about an hour back when it was pouring rain. There were 3 guys on bicycles that rode past me through the pass. They were going the same direction. I haven't seen them return. There was a nice house back there. I don't know if it was a bothy or it looked like someone's residence, or I don't know what it was, or a hostel. I'm not sure, but it was off the road down a path, and I was certainly not going to take it. I stopped there to put on my rain gear. It was pouring rain, so I just want to stay on the road. I don't want to get lost. It looks like there's another bothy up there, these little huts that are shelters. So if you get caught up here, or worse comes to worse, you have at least a place you can get out of the wind and the rain. So they're quite convenient. I would imagine if I was up here, you know, and the weather started turning bad and maybe I wasn't prepared, or just to take a break. It's nice to just get out of the wind and the rain, even if you just stand on the other side of it and you have the wind's not bothering you. So that's it. I'm going to continue. Okay, I believe I've come through the high point of the Corey Arak, and that's pass. So I just came over. I think everything after this is sloping, mostly trending down in the long term. I don't know though, I'm not sure. I have to look at the map even further out. But I think it drops down now, and eventually I'll get to Melgarv, which is probably like another 8 kilometers or something like that. It's showing like an hour and a half, 2 hours still. I don't go by the times as roughly as I could. I don't trust them as much. I've been going slower, obviously, up on the uphill with the weather being cold, the wind. And I did find out from one of the other competitors why everything usually goes from the west to the east, because that is the prevailing winds here in Scotland. So this way you walk with the wind at your back rather than your face. So almost all trips, all hikes, all the trails, when they describe it, it's usually, if possible, from west to east for that reason. So little known fact, I guess. Okay. Well, it's 10 after 2. I've been hiking for 5 hours and 50 minutes. I just came down a series of switchbacks through the pass, and I can actually see there's actually some hikers behind me on the top there. You can almost see them. Well, you can't see them now. They're right there where that first tower is, that pylon. So I've done, yeah, like I said, almost 12 miles, 19 kilometers. I've got about another hour and a half maybe to go to reach Melgarv, which was my goal for today. So I think I have like 4.5 more kilometers. So we'll see. It's gotten considerably nicer. The clouds have lifted off a little bit. It's not quite as damp as foggy as it was before, and it hasn't rained for at least over an hour. So, but I still have all my stuff on. I'm drying out. The sun is trying to come out there, as you can see, but it's still not out yet. Still over the clouds, but it's getting better. So I might shed a couple of layers in a little bit. Looks like I have to go up a little bit. So I'm gonna walk across this water here. So I'm gonna put this away so I don't trip and fall. It's about 2:35 now. I'm coming down still from the pass. I have about maybe 2 miles to go or less, estimating about 45 minutes of walking to reach the spot I originally planned, which is a place called Melgarv. And what makes me so excited about it is because those trees up there, finally trees, which means I'm low enough that trees will grow. And that is the forest, I believe, where the trees are, or where I was going to camp. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. It's only 2:30. If I get there, figure if it's 3:15, 3:30, I will probably try to stop. But I may walk on a little bit and look for another spot a little further up and cut some mileage from tomorrow. I'm still a day ahead, but I have to go to a caravan park tomorrow. I can check in at 12, I believe, on the caravan park. So I can make it a short day. So maybe doing a little extra puts me instead for the next day, where I can just do a short couple of miles to get to the caravan park. So we'll see. But still playing in flux, but I'm definitely going to stop probably and take off some layers because it is getting a little warm now. The sun's still not out, but it's definitely warmed up a little bit, but it's going to be dropping soon. Look at those beautiful mountains in the back there. The snow on the top of them. peaks, just beautiful. I can see a little bit. You can see the dark clouds and the fog still rolling through, and this is where I've come from. There's been probably 2 to 3 mountain ranges, one after the other, that I've come over today. So it was wasn't fun when the rain started getting a little heavy, but after that, it's just been walking. It's not bad. The path's been mostly the same. At points, it's very, very rocky, and every once in a while you slip and slide, and you just gotta be careful when you put your foot down. But other than that, haven't had too much problems following the trail, obviously. Well, I'm glad I didn't take my rain gear off. It's 3 o'clock now, a little after 3 actually, and it started raining again. This is the second time. So the sun's come out, gone in, and it's raining now. So, and it's gotten a lot colder as well. So I'm gonna keep all my gear on for now. I've got less than a kilometer left to where I was gonna camp, which is that clump of trees, I think, up on the left. But I'm gonna keep going, and I'm gonna try and get to a bridge that is a couple of kilometers further south. So probably walk another hour and a half. That'll take me to maybe 4 o'clock, 4:30, and then I'll pitch for the day. And that'll mean less walking the following day to get to the caravan park, because it was supposed to be, I think, 26 kilometers to get there. So if I could do an extra 2 or 3 today, that'll take me to the distance I've done already today. So another, 7 hours of walking instead of like 9. So that's the way I'm thinking. So that's the plan for now. Plus it's raining. I'd like to try and set up my tent when it's not raining to stay dry as much as possible. And as long as I'm semi-motivated, I'd love to stop, but I don't mind walking a little bit more. It's 20 after 4. I'm still walking. The sun has come out. It just stopped raining a little while ago, and now the sun's out. As you can see, beautiful mountains behind me. Absolutely gorgeous view. There's the road I've come down. Haven't seen anyone else today. I saw those 2 hikers way back. I'm assuming that might have been, I think it's Karen and Emma, but I really don't know. Haven't seen anyone else. I saw 3 bicyclists going the same way as me, and 2 bicyclists passed me going back the other way. They were not the same people. So I'm just walking down this way. I've been walking quite some distance. I think I'm going to end it shortly. I've walked 18 miles already. There's a bridge up ahead. Just past the bridge, there's trees on both sides of the road. More than likely, I'm going to camp somewhere there tonight. It looks like there's a vehicle there as well now. Maybe someone else is camping. I have no idea. Other than that, it's pretty sparse out here, so I'm not really anticipating any problems. It's been a good day in terms of being able to just keep walking. Only took one real break at that bothy, where I went to the bathroom, got some snacks out, and unfortunately I waited a little too long to put my rain pants on and everything, but worked out good because once I got them on, I dried out, and now everything I'm sure is quite dry, although I'm probably sweating a lot in it, but it still feels warm. But the temperature dropped a little bit now with the sun and most of that fog burning off and the clouds rolling out to let the sun through. It's warming up, but it is after 4, so the sun's going to be going down and the temperature will drop again as well, so it's good to be warm. I'm almost there. Maybe, I don't even know if it's another mile. I don't think it's another mile. It's probably more like half a mile, but I'm gonna camp somewhere along those trees, look for a dry spot if I can. My only problem is water. I might be able to pick some water up over here at the bridge. I do have a thing of iced tea that I'm carrying. It's full, and I have 800, I think it's 800 or 700 liters. I threw one of my bottles out when I got to the lodge because the cap had come off. Notice almost all the bottles here in the UK have the lids attached to them, and that's so they could be recycled, so they don't fall off and get thrown away. So these stay with the bottle. You don't really take them off. Unfortunately, it's a thin piece of plastic that connects it. Probably good for short-term use, but not for long-term use. And mine broke on the hike, So I figured I'd replace it with another bottle. Unfortunately, I was not able to find 800 milliliter bottles. So I think I ended up going with a 700 or 600 one. So I have a little less water than I had, but I took that iced tea bottle, which I'm going to drink tonight, and I threw away the other bottle that I had. Anyway, that's the plan for tonight. We'll be finding a camping spot soon and settling in for the night. Well, it's 4:42. I stopped over here. I found a nice patch of grass. It started raining again, so I set up my tent quickly, got my gear inside so it would stay dry, and it's pitched. I need to go out and adjust it, but I'm waiting. It's still raining, so I'm gonna wait a little bit and hope that the rain stops and I can adjust some of my tent pegs or stakes. And this is gonna be my spot for the night. I had a good day, walked further than I expected again. I'm actually into another day, but it reduces my mileage. I have to do tomorrow. So I probably have to do another day similar to this one. I did 18.4 miles in 8 hours and 13 minutes. I'm looking at my watch. I don't know the kilometers distance, but I stopped here at a bridge, just past a bridge. There was a nice piece of grass here. Okay, it sounds like saying I'm gonna go outside and try and fix my tent stakes, and I'll record out there. So here's my pitch tent in the field. You can see this nice piece of green here. I was going to try and go over there, somewhere by the trees, but when I saw this piece of grass here, and then I saw the rain coming in, I decided to stop. I don't know if there's fences along the road, if I can actually pitch there or not, and this just looked really inviting. So this is one of the spots I had in mind to stop when I decided to move on, or further there, which would have been probably right where those trees are. Yeah, right where that notch is, that's there. It looks like it might be clear there, but I can't tell. It does look like grass, but you know what? That's only a half a kilometer or so away, and it's pretty good. Still a nice thing. I do have a river right near me. There is water right there. You can see this water, this river right there. So if I really need to, I shouldn't need water at all, probably till tomorrow, but I can probably get water if I need to later. I don't know. It looks like there's more rain coming in. So there's someone over here in a van. I don't know. I was going to go over. I hope I didn't disturb their stuff. But it looks like more rain is coming in. So I'm going to actually just set up and start making my dinner and take off my shoes and socks. So that's it. This is going to be home for now. This is where my tent place is. There's room if someone else comes. There's still ample room. I kind of went in a lull over here. It's probably not the best thing. I probably should have gone over there in hindsight now. I just looked for a flat spot that didn't have any animal poop in it. So, but that would have been a better spot because it's a couple inches higher. If it rains real heavy tonight, I might have a problem with water. So, but we'll see. Well, the rain has stopped again. I've been cooking. I got my, trying to dry out my gloves. My socks are pretty much almost dry. My shoes are a little wet, especially the left one. The right one stayed drier because I stepped in a puddle with the left one when I was walking last. So it didn't dry out as much, and it started raining again. My gloves, not the waterproof ones, but the other ones I was using originally, are just soaking wet. So I'm hoping to dry them off, and next time I'll use my mittens over them to keep them dry. I just had a cup of soup, tomato soup. Tastes good. Just to get something warm in me right away. And then I'm going to make smoky cheese and pancetta pasta. I bought this over here in the UK. It's by a company called Bachelors. I guess they're pretty well known. They make, looks like they make ramen noodles style stuff. All different flavors. Some stuff that, flavors I've never seen. But, you know, obviously different tastes. But the tomato soup is good. I was able to order these on Amazon. You can never find them in the store. They're by Knorr's, which we all know. You know, the pasta sides. But they don't seem to ever have them in the stores, but I know they're online, so I ordered them. So I put my jacket on, and I'm staying out of the wind, so I'm actually quite warm now with the sun shining. So I don't know if it's going to rain. I hope it really doesn't, because I pitched a spot that was clear of all the animal poop, but it's actually a little lower than the surrounding area. So I'm really hoping it doesn't rain that much and this area gets flooded. I think long term I'll be okay, but if it rains really heavy, think I might have problems. Like, I'm gonna look at the map now. My goal is to get up tomorrow and hike to, I believe I'm at a caravan park tomorrow, Inverhaven caravan park. I believe I can check in there at 12. I think I got about 4 to 5 hours maybe of walking. So if I can get up at 7 or 8, if it's not raining, I'll take my stuff down and I'll go. If it's raining, I'll wait until the rain maybe stops, so there's a break in the rain, and I'll pack up my tent. I'll pack up everything I can first, and then I'll just go. But I'll see. Obviously, it depends. I'm not going to wait forever because I'd rather get to the caravan park. So that's it. I'm going to go make my food now and finish up my soup. Luckily, I was able to use my Garmin to check in with home. There's no reception here, no cell service at all. And so I can't update all my maps or anything. I'll get a current weather report. The weather's supposed to get chilly tonight, but it's supposed to be dry. The last thing it was, rain was predicted, I think at 7, and then like 9, 10, 11, 12. Some moderate to light rain. So I'm hoping that stays, at least until I can get to the caravan park and set up. But you know what? I don't know what they'll have there. I don't know what type of services will be there. I don't know if there'll be a food court or anything I can get there. Although I'm totally self-sufficient, I probably need to make more food because I haven't been using up my dinners as much. So tomorrow I'll probably make some soup or something. I have ramen. Maybe I'll even make something early, eat lunch and dinner, use up 2 meals. And then the following day I make it to King Usi, and there I can do a resupply. There is a store that's a larger town, I guess, I was told, and I'm staying in a hotel there, so hopefully I'll be able to unpack my stuff. I'd like to get there as early as possible, obviously, to have the most time in the room, take a shower, get clean. I don't think I'll have a chance to wash clothes, though, but I have clean clothes from the hostel, and that's it. I can't think of anything else. Long day, like I said, but good day. I can't complain. Despite the rain and the cold and the wind, it worked out very well. And I'm happy with my performance. My feet are hurting a little bit. The right one is a little troubling. I'm getting pain, not on the top anymore, but along the back on the heel. But, you know, that's just probably an overuse thing, and hopefully it will dissipate as I continue walking and the body gets used to doing these activities nearly every day. So that's going to be it. So it's 6 o'clock now. I made my dinner. Eating. There's my dinner. It actually tastes really good, even though there's no milk or butter. It's just smoky pancetta flavor, with cheese and pancetta. And it actually does taste good. There's little bits of pancetta in there, so it tastes good. I had the tomato soup earlier, so I'm quite warm out of the wind. I'm pretty much set up. I'm just trying to dry off my gloves still, but I don't think that's gonna happen. There's just not enough sunlight and heat. I think there's some wind, but no heat. Luckily for me, another hiker just walked by, one that I met last night at the lodge, named Rob. And we're kind of doing the same path, except he's pushing on tomorrow to King Usi while I'm stopping at the caravan park. So I have less to do. He has to do 30 kilometers tomorrow, which is just about what we did today, probably a little bit more. And so he's got to get an early start probably. And I luckily, by doing this extra, has pushed it, so I have less to do. He was also almost thinking most of the people were going to stop at Melgarve, which was that first bridge back there that we thought about stopping, but pushed on because it is still daylight and it was early. But it is getting late now. It's 6 o'clock. Sun's starting to set. Wind's picking up. Temperature's dropping. It's been raining off and on, and this is a beautiful spot. I guess he's familiar with the area and informed me that there is a Monroe out there that people that like to bag high mountains there. Hold on. That one right there. And this is a trail from here where we're parked. Very, very common for people to be camped here or parked here with their caravans or, you know, RVs and stuff like that. And then they leave from here and they go hike that. So it explains why some of the people like wave as they drive by. Everyone's so happy and pleasant here, I gotta say. Everyone, you know, they wave at you when they drive by you. You know, I've been walking a lot of backcountry roads. There's not too much traffic. Matter of fact, the road we came down to get here, it seems like a dead-end road. It just goes to the mountain and it stops. There were like 2, maybe 3 houses out there. It didn't look like they were lived in. I didn't see any vehicles, no lights on, no smoke coming from them or anything. So, and as a matter of fact, the sign, at one point there was a barricade across the road saying the road closed. And you could walk past it because they blocked the whole road, but it didn't allow traffic to go any further. So I don't know if anyone lives there or not. But it's kind of sad. It's a beautiful location, just really out there. You're not near anything out here, except for the mountains. So if you're trying to get away, this is the place to live. So luckily, I'll have some company now. At least I won't be by myself. My hope is to get up early in the morning, hike to the caravan park, get there early so that I can stop early enough to rest, maybe recover a little bit, and then the following day, I have a really short day, only a couple hours to go to Kingusi because I have a hotel there. So hopefully I'll get there early enough. I can do some shopping, some resupply, mostly snacks. I think I'm really good on dinners. I am going to take account. I'll go there, I'll take a shower, recharge everything. I can take account of what I have and what I need, what I think I need for the long stretch along the Feshi River till I get to Braemar, and that's it. So with today's total, I think I've done like something like 78 miles in the last. I think this is day 5, maybe short day 4 actually. I'm sorry, it's Sunday still. I'm totally ahead. I'm 2 days ahead on my calendar where I thought I would be and what the mileage I set for myself. Very, very common for me, but you know, there's not much else to do but walk. So that's it. I'll take a picture of Rob maybe setting up his tent in a minute. I'm eating my food though before it gets too cold. Well, it's now 6:45. 2 more hikers have shown up and are camping nearby, so we have a little community going here of 4 of us. I don't know if there's any more coming in, but it is getting late. The sun's going down, although you probably still have another 2-3 hours. I just don't know with the mountains there if they'll block the sun toward the end, but